You get me? So the first thing we're going to ask is Rema and the one-hit wonder debate. This caused a lot of issues. Like when I came across it on X, I was just like, wow, man, people are not smiling right now. No one is happy. They're like, yo, what the hell is this? Like, what the hell is this? Like, why is Rema being called a one-hit wonder? Rema's fans were going ham, guys. I was like, oh man, this is bad. This is quite bad. Oh yeah, before I finally dive into, forgive me. Before I finally dive into the whole Rema one-hit wonder situation, I also listened to some new music. I'm going to be covering that as well. Like, you know, this episode is going to be fire. But yeah, so with the whole Rema thing, Billboard's 2025 chart beat article, the 25 biggest one-hit wonders of the 21st century, listed Rema's Calm Down remix, which peaked at number 3 on the Hot 100 with a record 57 weeks for Afrobeats. Wow, it lasted for 57 weeks, that's crazy. As the 6th biggest one-hit wonder since 2000. Fans pushed back, pointing to his chart-topping hits across Europe and Africa, like Dumebi. That was his breakout single in 2022, and his album's 170-week world album run. His album's 170-week world album run, plus his fresh number 29 100 entry on Don Toliver's Second Hand. Yeah, Don Toliver is a US artist. He's really good. He's really big as well. I'll say he's an A-lister. He featured Rema on a track called Second Hand. I'm not sure. I think it's a feature. I'm not sure if it's a remix. But anyway, Rema's on that track and actually went up to it came in at number 29 on the Hot 100 Billboard entry. The debate highlights Afrobeats' global surge despite US 100 challenges for artists without pop features. Okay, so here's the thing, right? What Billboard actually meant. This is what Billboard actually meant. Now, let me tell you guys what the one-hit wonder thing is. So the list includes acts that have logged exactly 100 hits. You get me? Like one hit in the 100s, like it's a list. So the list includes acts that have logged at exactly 100 hits in a lead role. So like you are the lead artist, you're the one featuring someone else. Yeah, between charts dated January 1st, 2000 and December 28th, 2024. You get me? Songs are ranked based on performance on the chart in the span. Songs are ranked based on performance on the chart in that span via an inverse point system, with weeks at number 1 earning the greatest value and weeks at number 100 earning the least. Due to the changes in chart mythology over the years, eras are weighted to account for different chart turnover rates over various periods. So basically, what they're trying to say here is that for you to actually get on this one-hit wonder number 1, you first need to be a lead artist. You must own the song. Then you have to have actually made it to the top 100 and picked for a certain while. You get? So if you made it to like number 1 and you picked for, what exactly did they say? If you made it to, songs are ranked based on performance on the chart in that span via an inverse point system, with weeks at number 1 earning the greatest value and weeks at number 100 earning the least. So if you've been at number 1 or number 3 for a while, or you picked there, your value is higher than someone who came in at number 100. Does that make sense? So even though you are still counted as obviously a one-hit wonder, even if you picked at number 100, but it depends obviously as to who picked at a higher level. So Rema that picked at number 3, if I'm getting it correctly, if I'm wrong, please let me know. But Rema that picked at number 3, yeah, like he is obviously going to be valued and they're going to put it up there because he lasted for a while, unlike someone who, let's say, came in at number 100 at some point in his career, but you have other people that come at number 100 during that period, so they'll probably kick that person off. I hope I'm making sense. Yeah, so that's just for the Billboard. Just this before we go into the debate. Then obviously I've spoken about the fact that the lead artist with only one major entry within that time frame, and I've explained the chart methodology. So now this is the reason why fans are partying. The fans are saying, look, Dumebi that came out in April 2022 was like, a banger. What did he say? Dumebi was released in 2019 as part of Rema's EP debut EP called Rema EP. It was his breakout single, and then it topped Apple Music Nigeria and established Rema as a fast rising star in Afrobeats. You get me? So that's what they're saying, that this Dumebi song was so crazy. The track was featured on Obama's 2019 summer playlist. The song has surpassed 100 million streams on Spotify and garnered over 73 million views on YouTube as of early 2024. Sorry, excuse me. As of early 2024. So, and he even maybe has received a gold certification in France. So the thing is here, and it's had a lot of remixes and all that, but the thing is, that's what the fans are saying, that how can you be saying Rema is a one-hit wonder when he's got Dumebi, he's got global album success. His album was on the 170-week world albums run, which is absolutely insane. Like that's actually one of the craziest things they found. The fans are really, really upset. Like, yo, what the hell is this? Like, how are you going to be calling Rema when he wonder when he has, what's the name of the album? Braves and Roses. You get me? That's gone on for 170 weeks on Billboard World Album Charts. So they're paranoid. Like, what the hell is that? And then you also have, Don Toliver featuring Rema on the track, and he's back on the top 100, but like they said, it has to be a lead artist. So even though Don Toliver featured Rema and Rema is back on Hot 100, it's not Rema's song, it's Don Toliver's song, guys. I'm not supporting Billboard, I'm just letting you guys know what the Billboard standard is. Now here's the bigger question, right? Forget all these things I'm saying, right? Forget all these things. Here's the bigger question. Is US chart dominance still the ultimate validation? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, are we relying too much on the US chart dominance? Because don't forget, we just had a conversation in the last episode where we're talking about Grammys and the validation of having Western institutions for our own craft and our own African sound. Now, that's basically the same thing, because are we using the US chart as a litmus test for the ultimate validation? Like, okay, when you get on the US one, forget anything else across the world. Forget what you're doing anywhere else. Forget whatever impact you're making, how big your sound is, what you're touring, what you're selling out on your tick. No, if you don't make it to the US Billboard Hot 100, you are not selling. Do you know that's actually a really, really good question, because how, like, at the end of the day, how relevant is it? Like, how big is the US market on its own? Yes, we know that it's a huge country. It's been able to cultivate its entertainment structure. It's been a pioneer for entertainment for the world for a long time. But we've gotten to the point where social media has made the whole world a village, and everyone is catching up. And at this point, Afrobeats is literally leading everything, is in terms of music now, in terms of culture, in terms of sound. And I'm not trying to sound pompous or nothing, because I'm Nigerian and literally we're the giants of Africa, no cap, but like, really, it will be unbiased about everything. Afrobeats is global. You get me? Afrobeats is no longer just something that is in the house or in the clubs, or people are using it for across social media. Check out, and you see people using social Afrobeats for literally everything. In the clubs across the world, Afrobeats is the main thing being played for people to vibe to. Before, people in the club just used to, it used to be about posting up maybe one or two dance moves, and then the girls probably doing their thing. But the minute Afrobeat blew up, it became cool to dance again. It became cool to do your thing in the club, sweat as much as you like. Nobody sends you. You're catching the vibe. Afrobeat became a global thing, a global message of joy for people, and like that's what you're good. And are we going to really allow the US charts control the narrative as to how big or what an African artist is, or what their craft is, if they're one hit wonder or not? Even a deep angle, like I was saying, is Afrobeats global or globally niche outside Africa, outside America? That's another question, because Afrobeats is global, but is it globally niche, or is it globally niche outside America? Because America has a culture of their own, and they believe this is what it is. Just that what I'm saying, like that's how they move. That Americans are the best, and I respect that. You can't. I'm Nigerian, and I believe Nigerians are the best in whatever we do as well. So no fault to them. But then the point is that they've been leading the world for so long in terms of entertainment, market, economy, everything. The world tends to look at them for validation as to art, in most art, like music and stuff. So, but at this point where we have to realize that there are certain things that have grown beyond relying on Western institutions for our own validation, especially when it comes to our art. Because we can't have a situation like this where Rema has literally been, that boy he's been a leader of his generation, and I cannot even doubt it. Like, there was even a tweet where he was like, it's no longer the big three, it's the big four. I can't even fault the young guy, man. Like, he's doing his thing. So why are we going to put him in a situation where we're relying on the American charts and the American media to tell us who our artist is? As long as we see the numbers, we see him doing the numbers that reflect, basically his, let's say his lifestyle, his music, his, you see the numbers in his tours. Like, you don't really need someone else to tell you when you can see it. Do you get one? Yes, at some point we do need structure to be able to have certain people give us validation as to our work, because that's how you're able to monetize and put value on things. Because not everyone is as inquisitive or as knowledgeable about everything, about certain things as everyone else is. But then we need our own, African institutions saying, this is what this is, and putting value on that as well. Do you understand? Making it good, making the artist feel appreciated, and being unbiased about their opinion. Billboard is one of the most recognized platforms for artistry and music across the world. Don't get it twisted. But then, like I had said, just like you have in the Grammys and you have in the Oscars, they lack people in those rooms that actually appreciate or are knowledgeable enough about our own artists, our own art and their craft and our craft. So that's just basically what it is at the end of the day. Because we do really need to understand that, does international dominance matter more than US charts? That's what we need to understand. We have to ask that question. Does international dominance matter more than US charts? And at the end of the day, it does. US charts gives you validation as to the brands they've established over there and the structure they have over there. Do you get me? And it gives you access to their market. That's what I feel the US chart does. It gives you access to their market and gives them access to your own fans, your own fan base, and in this day and time, your own algorithm. So it's a symbolic or give and take relationship, and there's nothing wrong there. But at the end of the day, you have to understand that global dominance matters way more than US charts. We cannot in any way try and compare both, because if you're on the US charts and you don't have global dominance, I'm sorry, you're just gonna be one of the artists that theater, or you're not an A-lister, you're not a B-lister, you're just there, you can get gigs, whatnot, going around the cities. Like in the US, they have a lot of those artists that they are big enough just within their city, within their towns, or just within the US, but outside the US, nobody knows who they are. But if you go in the US and you hear the music, you're like, yo, you ask them who is this? They're like, yo, are you crazy, man? You know. But really, that's the truth. Because the US is a country on its own, but at the same time, it's kind of like a world on its own. So we can't really rely on them, even though they were the pioneers in this. The world has sort of caught up, and the world is catching up. So in terms of catching up, we need to have our own institutions that look at the value for what we have and what our artists have been able to accomplish, and then speak on it, and then not have, at this point in time, a Western institution that doesn't, even though it has the brand name behind it and the value behind it, that doesn't understand the artistry or understand the craft to speak on it anymore. And that's just what I'm saying. And if they can have people in those rooms that can do that, that's great. Then that makes a lot of sense. That's having the best of both worlds, where the brand value attached to those brands and their, you know, commentary value, having someone in those rooms that also understand the craft, understand the artist, speak on it. I won't have a problem. But right now, I understand the Rema fans para, because from what they've spoken about his album, you know, I think Rage and Roses, I think that's the name of the album. Well, yes, Rave and Roses. And then the album being 170 weeks on the Billboard World Albums chart, you know, and literally talking about the boy being back on number 29 with Don Toliver's second hand remix. Like, Rema really deserves the respect, and I understand the anger of his fans. I understand where they're coming from, you know. And then the other thing at the same time is Rema's Calm Down remix success tied to Selena Gomez. This is actually very important, and it's quite funny for me, because let me do this. Let me show you guys. Sorry, forgive me for the honey, man. They're honeying outside the streets. But I actually took my time, and I was like, let me check this out. So the original version of Rema's Calm Down, the song, YouTube views has over 660 million, right? And Spotify streams have over 630 million. Now, industry experts and Rema's team noted that the original song was capable on its own and already buzzing on the rhythmic radio. Industry experts and Rema's team noted that the original song was capable on its own and already buzzing on rhythmic radio. Selena Gomez herself expressed gratitude to Rema for choosing her to be part of one of the biggest songs in the world, acknowledging the track's existing strength. But here's the kicker now, right now. Do you realize that the remix with Selena Gomez, the YouTube views is over 1 billion, and the Spotify streams is over 1.5 billion. So if people are actually asking, you know, was Selena Gomez necessary or rather was the remix success tied to Selena Gomez? Yes, the success of the remix is tied to Selena Gomez. That one, I can never argue that. I'm sorry, my guys. Like, that one is facts. If the original track did 619 million streams, and then the remix has on the same song has done over 1 billion on YouTube, that's views, and then the streams is 619 as well on Spotify. Then the streams for the remix is 1.5 billion. Like, the remix is calmly tied to Selena Gomez, but she herself has acknowledged that the song on its own had a lot of strength, and for the song Calm Down, the original song, to have done 619 million views on YouTube on its own, it shows you that it's already a banger on its own. So the fact that he had Selena Gomez on the remix, I beg, it doesn't take anything away from the track. Before you guys start paranoid, it doesn't take anything away from the track. It was just added values, like saying you have cake and you put ice cream on top. No, icing. Not ice cream. You know, you put icing on top. So all the Rema fans, just calm down. Hey, that was a nice one. I need to give myself that. That was a nice one. Yeah. Well, no, seriously, Rema fans, just calm down. No pun intended. Just take it for what it is. Billboard giving credence or respect to a song that Rema dropped at the time that he did, and they are right about the fact that he had not gotten back to the Billboard Hot 100 to up until that moment. So, but even though, like I said, we need to have our own institutions give credence and values to our own stuff and stop relying on US charts, because at this point the world, like Afrobeats, is global already. It's way bigger than just what the US charts can determine at this point, in my view anyway. Except that they end up getting the right people in those rooms, and then we'll start hearing the right conversations come out, the right awards given, and I guess we'll stop being so upset about it. Now, pivoting into another situation